Hello, this is Emma Cormier with my project for Psych 105, and my topic is Chapter 31, Social Cognition and Attitudes. The learning objectives. These are the learning objectives that I will be using it throughout my project. Learn how we simplify the vast array of information in the world in a way that allows us to make decisions and navigate our environments efficiently. Understand some of the social factors that influence how we reason. Determine if our reasoning processes are always conscious, and if not, what some of the effects of automatic, non-conscious cognition are. Understand the difference between explicit and implicit attitudes, and the implications they have for our behavior. Social cognition is the study of how people think about the social world. The study of social cognition examines how people make sense of themselves and others, make judgments, form attitudes, and forecast the future. Our ability to distill large amounts of information into smaller, more usable chunks have been demonstrated in studies of social cognition, as have our many cognitive tools for efficiently and navigating our environments. A schema is a mental representation or set of beliefs about something. The word schema, related to the word schematic, describes what we would expect something to be or behave like. In other words, it is a collection of general information we gain from direct and second-hand encounters. Heuristics is cognitive or thinking strategies that simplify decision-making by using mental shortcuts. An example of heuristics is taking your jacket off when it's cold outside. Representative heuristics is a heuristic in which the likelihood of an object belonging to a category is evaluated based on the extent to which the object appears similar to one's mental representation of the category. One can simply judge whether the object belongs to a category based on how similar it is to one's mental representation of that category, rather than examining its attributes. An availability heuristic is a heuristic in which the frequency or likelihood of an event is evaluated based on how easily instances of it come to mind. We also use social cognition to predict future behaviors and emotions, both for ourselves and others. These predictions guide decisions, like how much time we'll think we'll need for an assignment. However, we often overestimate our abilities and underestimate challenges. A planning fallacy is a cognitive bias in which one underestimates how long it will take to complete a task. Impact bias and durability bias cause us to overestimate how strong our emotions will be and how long they will last. These errors explain why people stress more than necessary over future events. A famous example is the Sydney Opera House. It took 10 years longer than planned and nearly $100 million more to complete than what was originally planned for the place. Hot cognition is thinking influenced by emotions, desires, or motivations rather than purely logical reasoning. Our emotions and goals can bias how we think and make decisions without us realizing it. An example of this would be if you're angry at a teacher, you might judge their actions more harshly, even if objectively they were fair. Something that could be another example of this would be a student skipping studying for a big test, but instead going out partying with their friends. Attitudes are evaluations we hold about other people, objects, or ideas. Explicit attitudes are what we consciously report, but implicit attitudes are unconscious evaluations that may differ from what we say. Even if we don't realize it, our attitudes influence our behavior and our decisions. Thank you.